What's up guys, welcome back to the next video in learning C++. My name is QDS Dan and you guys are watching my channel Croywood. In this video we're gonna start operator overloading. Alright, so we begin with operator overloading, and operator overloading is just like a function overloading. If you guys remember that we have used our function overloading in the previous video when we were doing our functions. So we said that the would, there was a function would, and there was another function would with just the int, and there was another function would with a string with the double int, I think, I believe. So in this three function we have overloaded our functions. See, all of them shares the same name, all of them sharing the same name as of the would. But if you look in here inside, the parameters are totally different. So you guys, there is no parameter here, there's one parameter here, and there's two parameter here, and the last one I believe the parameter was a string. So this is a function overloading, and now we're looking at the operator overloading. Just like a function overloading, operator overloading works the same way. If you're looking here that the keyword operator, and there is a symbol plus, and then you guys looking here there is parentheses, and just let you know guys know that the operator is the reserved word. Keep in mind. Alright, so Unary, which in this video we're gonna show you guys how to do Unary operator overloading, and binary operators can be overloaded as non-static. So as non-static member functions. So the unary and binary operators can be overloaded as non-static member functions. An overloaded operator is function whose name is operator, keyword operator, as I said to you guys on the top, and is a function. If you look in here, is a function is the name is operator and the keyword operator. So the keyword is operator. So when you guys see this one operator, it's the keyword is itself is a operator. So just give you guys an example, if you write x plus 10, rather than we don't write like this, we don't write like plus and then we put it x in the parenthesis. We don't do that like this, we just put it x plus 10 in the normal conditions. So the plus operator is a function that takes two arguments called operands. So and then takes two arguments called operands, then return so single value. So the plus operator is a function that takes two arguments called operands, then returns single value. So if you look in here that 2 plus 2, if you look in here, it's a 4. So now there is this guy here in the middle is a function because it's doing something. If you put it say this way, it's also a function because it's doing something. So there is a two operands on each side, on the left side and the right side, and it's returning a single value. Overloading operator allows you to apply existing operator to object of the class type. So here it says that overloading operators allows you to apply existing operators to object of the class type, and we're going to show you guys how. So the return type of operator is looking here. You guys can overload it with plus, with minus, with greater than, and with less than, former, and that's inside your gonna be parameter list. So you guys sometime gonna see that the return type, then you guys gonna see the keyword operator, and then followed by plus, minus. Sometime you guys gonna see that the double plus, you guys gonna see this way. Our sometime you guys gonna see operator, and it's going to see minus, and sometime gonna be double equal, sometime, and some you're gonna see any of these. Just put it here. So it can be plus, it can be minus, it can be multiplication, division, modulo, power of, caret. You guys gonna see, and pipe, anything is any of these operators you guys can see here. So don't be surprised if you see say this one over. So don't be surprised if you see the double equal implementation. Don't be surprised if you see double minus. So the all operator overloading, because the symbol here, that's the symbol. this guy here, the plus, is a symbol which any of this gonna come here. Okay, so now the question is, can we do all of them? No, you can't do every, but you cannot do this operator. So you can put a dot period here. So operator dot. Why can we put a dot? Because dot also is a period, because with the dot, if you guys remember, we access our object. So if your object is say A, then if your method is get our show method, get method, for example, it means that with the dot you guys access, you guys don't use that for here. And you guys can use this one as well, because this is means in programming is for all. So when you guys see the dot and there is a multiplication sign beside it, means for all. And scope resolution operator, that's a double dot. You guys remember, if in C++ we use that to do our C out. So you guys can otherwise C++ gonna think that you guys wanna do your scope resolution operator. It's forbidden, because this is one of the most used function in C++, and you guys can use that in operator overloading. And you guys can use this ternary operator, our conditional operator. So if you guys have a say number, for example, and there is this guy here, and there is gonna be a number here, and it's gonna be, then it's gonna say you guys which number is bigger than or smaller than another number. So you guys can use this one. And there is another one you guys can use, is the type ID, because you guys normally sees that with this one's type ID. So you guys can bring the say type ID here, and size of, you can't use the size of, because the size of is forbidden. Size of, you guys go over there and checks inside the string what's the size of the string or size of the object, whatever you guys use. This keyword function is an inbuilt function in Java, in C++. This is also inbuilt function, so you guys can use this one. There's few you can use, but the rest you all can use. They're all greater than, equal to, less than or equal to. If you look in here, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, is less than, greater than, equal to, this one, comma, anything you guys look in here, incrementation, decrement, anything you guys you can use this one. Double pipe, double end, it means end, or you guys can use any of this, but you guys can do this. Okay, so in this video we're gonna show you guys with the Unary how we do Unary, and the next video we're gonna do binary, how we're gonna use most of this operator. We try to use most of this operator in our videos, and then we're gonna go and do the complex one with the string, how we're gonna do the string. Alright, so the first one is we're gonna do the binary. Now we're gonna come here and we're gonna create our class. You guys want to create class here, say class gonna be we're gonna create any class that deals with the binary, for example Unary. So we're gonna come here and create new one. So we're gonna create a header file, and our header file is gonna be, say, because we're dealing with the Unary, and I just want to show you guys the Unary, how to overload the Unary operator. So we name it Unary num. So we put it as Unary number, our number, for example. Unary num, or you guys can put it as a header file, Unary num, up to you. We gonna go and put it Unary num, that's fine, because we all know what Unary num is. Alright, so now we created our header, and as I said to you guys in the previous video, you guys, whenever you guys now we are professionals, and whenever you guys create in the header file, you guys should put the if not define and define. So we're gonna go here and we put if, we're gonna say if not define, and we put the file number is gonna be Unary num. So we're gonna put a uppercase Unary num. If not defined, Unary num, and you guys need to put a h. Now you guys put a define, then we're gonna come here and we put a define, and then we're gonna copy this one, and we're gonna define this one. Alright, so now we're gonna go there underneath, and we're gonna end our end if. So we're gonna end our definition. So now our header file is ready, and we're gonna come here and we're gonna add this one here, and we put a unary num.header file. Okay, so now all good. Alright, so now we're gonna create our class. So our class is gonna be a unary num, and make sure you guys put this, your class name is the same as your file name, so you guys know what you guys dealing with, which one you guys dealing with. Alright, so I'm gonna move all these ones here, all of these writings, I'm gonna move it to the class Unary. So I want to make clear the main, so I'm gonna put it using namespace as well. So I'm gonna put everything here. Alright, so now we're gonna come here in our class Unary num, because we want to overload our unary number. So we're gonna, the first one we need is we're gonna put unsigned int, or we put an int, say a number, our num, for example. You guys, because our number goes from 0, you guys can put it unsigned, because we don't want negative number, we want the positive number. If you want positive number, you guys need to put an unsigned, but doesn't matter. We try to do with the int, and the first one is going to be our constructor, and we put our constructor here. Our constructor is going to be unary num, and unary nums, we're going to initialize this num to 0. So num is going to be 0. Okay, so the num is going to be 0. Then we're gonna have our second method, and it's gonna be int. We're gonna get the number, so we put a int, and we get a get number, and we put a get number, because in order for us to count, we need to get the number, and we have to return, and we're going to return num. Alright, so we're going to return our number, and now we need another function. We put a void, and it's going to be operator, and it's going to be double, as I said to you guys before. And we're going to come here, and we put a double plus, and we put a num. So a very simple program is a unary num. We have int num, and we have constructor, we initialize to 0, and we got a get number, and we have operator plus plus, so operator overloading, and this function is gonna overload our function. This is gonna overloading this double plus, and it's going to increment here. Alright, so now we're going to check before we head towards the main. So if not defined, and it's not a def, it's gonna be defined. Sorry about this, it's supposed to be defined, it's not a def, so keep in mind. That's end if, that's all good. Now we're gonna come here, and we have included this one here, and now we're gonna create some objects, and we're gonna put a unary number. That's our constructor, and we put a n1 and n2. So we put an n1, and we put an n2. Alright, so now we have our two objects. So now how we're gonna display this one? We put a cout, the value of number 1 is the value of the number 1 is, and we're gonna come here n1 dot get number. All right, and the same we're gonna do for the second one, the second object, and we're gonna come here, and looks like we have a problem here. Is not supposed to have 2. We only need 1, not 2. So that's n1, that's object 1, and that's object 2, and this guy is gonna come here in the second one, and this guy is gonna come here on the second. All right, now we gonna increment n1, so we put a double plus n1, and now we're gonna put a double plus n2, and we're gonna double plus n1 again. No, we're gonna double plus n2. We're gonna do this twice, and we're gonna display that again. We're gonna put it here, and it's gonna be the value of the number 1, and after this guy is gonna should end. So we're gonna run. We build our project, all good. So the value of number 1 is 0 because we initialized it with 0, and the value of number 2 is also 0. The value of number 1 is 1 because that's the first. The value of number 2 is 2. So now we are gonna come here, and we're gonna put some sort of we're gonna put a next line so we can see all of them, and I'm gonna put a next line here as well. And this guy is as well. Alright, so now we're gonna see again, and I'm gonna explain to you guys. Now the first one, if you look in here, the first one's gonna be the value of the number 1 is, this one's gonna be 0, and the value of number 2 is 0, and that's, we have 2 objects here. That's our constructor. Our constructor is Unary num. Keep in mind our class name is Unary num, and the constructor is the same name as the class. We have 2 objects, n1 and n2. So the value of, you guys can create as many objects as you want, 3, 4, 5, doesn't matter. So as if whatever you guys gonna do, and it's gonna keep incrementing because of our loaded operators plus plus. So the value of the number 1 is, and you're getting the number because n1 is our object, and we're accessing the get number, and we go doing the get number again, and now we are incrementing our objects here, and we are displaying again. So the first one is going to be 0 0, and the value of the number 1 is you guys want to put this, that one's going to be 1, and this guy is going to be the 2. So if you look in here this is 0 0 because the value of the number 1 is 1, and the value of the number 2 is now is because it's 2, and plus 1 1 1, and becomes a 2. If you guys can repeat this again if you want. So if you repeat that, and we put in here, so we're going to repeat, and if you look in here, now we are repeating, and that's the first one's going to be initialized with 0 in our constructor, and that's of the 1 2, and if you look in here 2, and it's keep incrementing, it's moving towards 4 because this one's 1 and 1, it becomes 2, and now this one's 2 and 2 becomes 4. So that's what it is. That's what's keep incrementing. If you do another one, it's going to be 6 and 8 and 10, whatever. Okay, so now we're going to close this, and if you look in here, we have two objects. It's very simple here. There is nothing big to explain. It's just incrementation. We are incrementing by 1, and if you go back to the, you guys see this one, we're getting the get number. Where is this get number? Our get number is going to be underneath here. So that's a get number, and we are returning our number. This that's our class, and how y is initializing to 0 is because of this. That's our constructor, and we initialize the num, which is our data type, to 0. That's what you guys gonna see, the 0, and we are getting the number. This is just getting the number. Well, what is the engine of this one? The engine is here, void operator, and that's what the incrementation taking place. So now if you look in here, we are this one is the return type, which is the void. You guys can put anything else, return type. Normally you guys are going to see the class name. Our that's the return type, and here you guys are going to see the word operator, and in front of you guys are going to see minus or plus or anything else, and inside here you guys are going to see all these arguments here. Arguments. Normally you guys are going to see the constant and reference. So normally you guys are going to see the const. Our normally sometime you guys are going to see the reference as well. That's what, and sometime you guys are going to see the name of the class as well. So you guys are going to see the Unary num. That's how you guys are going to see. But because that's our first introduction, I didn't want to confuse you guys. I don't want to confuse you guys. I just want to make a very simple overloading operator. That's your return type, because it's a void. We don't want anything else because we don't have a return type here. We just want to increment our number. So that's going to be the word operator, and that's going to be plus plus. In here is going to be the parameter or argument, whatever you guys want to call it. And here is the engine that's incrementing our number. So if I run again, and if you guys look in here, because the reason it's incrementing is because of this guy here. We are overloading our operators here. So if you look in here with just a few words, we are the magic's happening here. So that's what the C++ very powerful. The C++ allows you guys to overload all your operators. So here we are creating just objects, the numbers, and here we're just doing the incrementation. That's it. We are not doing anything major over here, like very complicated stuff, but we're just doing very simple. We are creating objects, the two objects accessing our function. That's it. And that's a get number, and just our get number is just displaying a number, is returning the number. That's it. And whatever the magic happens because of this void operator plus plus. And as I said to you guys on top, if you look in here, when we say operator overloads, that's a return type, which is void, and following by the word operator, and plus minus whatever, and that's for formal parameter list is going to be parameter inside. So don't be surprised if you guys see something here, because that's where the parameter goes. So that's what the operator overloading is inside the C++. In the next video we try to do with the plus minus all this. We're gonna try to use all the operators such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, comparison. So we try to use all, but we'll see. Alright, that's it for this video. If you have any question or comment, leave it in the comment box. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.